Hello everyone, with you AniDay. Today I will tell you about the anime Akira. Happy viewing. In 1988, Tokyo was destroyed by a nuclear explosion. This event led to the start of the Third World War. 31 years after that terrible day in 2019, Tokyo was unrecognizable and rebuilt. However, the city is filled with corrupt officials, gangs, bikers, and students protesting against a weak government. Shotaro Kaneda and his friends are also in a gang. They are at war with a group of bikers who call themselves clowns. One evening, the clowns drove into the territory of the Kaneda gang, and Sataro and his friends went to teach them a lesson. Satara has the coolest bike, and his best friend Tetsuo is jealous of him. Kaneda and Tetsuo met at an orphanage, and since then, Kaneda has always protected his weaker friend. When clowns appeared nearby, the whole gang sat on bikes and went to the road. Here they let the enemies know what they are worth. While the gangs fought in the city, there were multiple clashes between protesters and police. Through this confusion, a wounded man made his way with a boy who looked more like an old man. The man ran away from the police, dragging the boy behind him. The military followed him from the helicopter, and Masaru directed them. This boy is a very strong telepath and psychokinetic. His friend Takashi has been stolen from a secret lab and is now helping to bring him back. The men who dragged Takashi are destroyed. Ki sees this with his friend Ryo. They are both members of an anti-government terrorist organization involved in Takashi's release. The boy escapes and ends up on the road, where Kaneda's gang is chasing a gang of clowns. He gets in the way of Tetsuo and stops his bike with an effort of will. Because of this, something has changed in the guy's body. When Kaneda and his friends arrive at the scene of the accident, the military appears along with Masaru. They take Takashi away and take Tetsuo with them. Kaneda and the others are arrested by the police and released after interrogation. Kaneda sees Ki at the police station, who was arrested during the riot, and says that she is with them. The girl is released, but instead of gratitude, she simply runs away from Kaneda. Tetsuo studies the laboratories. Dr. Onishi, who studied children with paranormal abilities, saw how Tetsuo's biofield changed. After meeting with Takashi, he realizes that she will help unravel the mystery of the biofield of one Akira. The doctor decides to continue to study the boy. If everything goes well, then scientists will be able to take control of the awakening energy. Tetsuo escapes from the laboratory and meets with his girlfriend Kari. She is in love with him, but Tetsuo does not reciprocate her feelings. Tetsuo steals Kaneda's motorcycle and takes Kari with him for a ride. On the way, the bike stalls and a couple are overtaken by bikers from a gang of clowns. They try to take the girl by force in front of Tetsuo, but then Kaneda appears with his friends and saves them. The military also comes here. They take Tetsuo back to the laboratory. He became ill, began to appear frightening visions. In the evening, Kaneda and his friends are resting at the fountain, where a terrorist attack takes place. Kaneda sees Ki and Ryo being chased by the police and going after them. He helps her escape, but the girl still has to destroy her pursuers. Meanwhile, a mutant girl named Kyoku had a prophetic dream. She told Colonel Shikishima, who oversees the project, about him. Kyoku asked him not to let Tetsuo out of the laboratory, otherwise Tokyo would be destroyed again because of him. After her vision, Colonel Shikishima visited the place where they kept what was left of Akira. It is located deep underground, and Akira himself is kept under heavy guard. Ki brought Kaneda to her hideout, and Ryo appeared there. Their group plans to sneak into the laboratory and obtain data on a new test subject. They already know that the scientists are holding Tetsuo. Kaneda admits that he knows him, and the boy is taken with them on a mission. But before that, Rivu consults with his patron from the government, Mr. Nitsu. While the operation is being prepared in the city, more and more religious fanatics appear, prophesying Akira's imminent awakening. Colonel Shikishima talks about the approaching end of the world at a government meeting, but they don't want to listen to him. Furious, he leaves the meeting, incurring the wrath of the rest of the meeting. Tetsuo wakes up in the ward and feels kinetic abilities in his body. He begins to hallucinate again, and giant toys appear and try to grab him. Injuring his leg, he finds out that the vision is being sent to him by mutant children. They saw the blood, got scared, and the knowledge disappeared. At the same time, terrorists enter the laboratory under the guise of repairmen, including Kai and Kaneda. They run and Tetsuo decides to find him. Rummaging through the girl's brains, he finds out where Akira is being held, as Tetsuo starts destroying the children's room in an attempt to destroy them. Kaneda appears. Tetsuo tells him that from now on he can no longer command. Now Tetsuo can stand up for himself. He teleports out of the building and goes to the Olympic Stadium where Akira is being held. The mutant children manage to escape. They tell everything to the colonel. The colonel gathers people and goes after Tetsuo. They try to arrest him by decision of the council, but Shikishima destroys the envoy and flies away after Tetsuo. Meanwhile, Tetsuo shows up at the bar where they used to hang out and destroys the bartender. His old friends also come here, and Tetsuo attacks them. Kaneda and Kai are arrested, but the mutant children free them. They want to empower Kai so that she can resist Tetsuo. Takashi takes the girl away. Kaneda learns that his old friend wanted to find his bike, as Tetsuo still can't accept that his friend had the best of the gang. Kaneda decides to use his bike as bait for Tetsuo. Religious fanatics believe that Akira will awaken soon. They see his incarnation in Tetsuo, and therefore support him. Tetsuo at this time confronts the military on the streets of the city. Kaori finds out about this and goes to the scene to help her boyfriend. The military attack Tetsuo with lasers. Only this weapon can stop him, but he destroys everything in his path, destroying religious fanatics along the way. His strength grows, and even the transformed Ki cannot defeat him. Tetsuo gets to the stadium and lifts the vaults with Akira to the surface. Ki tries to stop him, but Tetsuo is too strong. Opening Akira's capsule, Tetsuo realizes that only parts of the boy's body are stored there. The colonel tells him that after awakening Akira, he was subjected to scientific experiments, and now only genetic samples of the mutant remain. Despite this, Tetsuo is not going to give up. Kaneda arrives on the scene. He took with him a deadly laser and entered into a fight with a friend. However, the laser's battery runs out and it looks like Tetsuo is about to win. The colonel has to use a military satellite. He shoots a beam of energy at Tetsuo and injures his arm. Kaneda also falls into the zone of destruction. Then Tetsuo saves him from the next shot. He then rushes into space to take control of the satellite and defeat the military. The mutant children continue to talk to Tetsuo telepathically. They guide him, help him take control of the growing power. When Tetsuo returns to Earth, he creates a new arm for himself. He is found by Kaori and helps to get out of the shelter. But Tetsuo can no longer restrain his strength. He breaks out and devours the surrounding objects. When it looks like it's over, Akira is released. He recreates his body and once again launches a wave of energy that will destroy the city. Kyoko carries the colonel to a safe distance, and Takashi rushes to Kaneda's aid, followed by his friends. They understand that if this force absorbs them, then they will not be able to get out. They manage to send Kaneda and Ki out of the energy hemisphere. The city is flooded with water and Tetsuo is nowhere to be seen among the destruction. He disappeared along with Akira. Kaneda and Ki ride their bikes away from this place. As they leave, Tetsuo awakens in a different world and realizes himself in a new level of existence. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like and press the bell so as not to miss new videos. AniDay was with you. Bye everyone.